I am driving home from work, but I said no. Because if I go home, I'll be tired. I can't do anything. So I said, let me have this show live while driving home because the struggle is very important for us. Okay? Anything you're doing, wherever you are, what country you are, it doesn't matter. Okay? All what matters is your activism, your role that you're playing to make sure that justice is done to your country. That is all what we are looking for. So we have seen La Republic manipulation. They have done everything for the past 6 years to fool the world, to fool their own people, and to fool some gullible Amazonians that they are trying to resolve the crisis. But as you can see from every indication, whatever is done through manipulation. It's done through trying to fool the people of La Republic and to fool the international community that they are doing something. But when you see history has not forgotten, right? As Pobia himself said, history has not forgotten that Southern Cameroon joined La Republic. When La Republic got her independence in 1st of January 1960, Amazonian Southern Cameroon wasn't part of La Republic. Today, their independence is passing. Every year, they are hiding it from their people. They are instead celebrating 20th May. What is the significance of 20th May to their independence? The significance of 20th May is that is the day that they recolonized Southern Cameroon with their fake union that they said, oh, it's a union state. That is the day that they recolonized us. So they prefer to remember that day as their day of remembrance, whereas their Independence Day is 1st of January. When you see how they celebrate their own Independence Day, there is no march past. There is nothing going on, right? You only hear them say bon année, and back then we were instead looking at that. These people like New Year more than Christmas. How? But we don't know that it's because they know that the New Year has two celebrations for them. The New Year's Day marks their day of independence, and it also marks a new year, bon année. You see. So back then, when these people, they were always celebrating New Year more than Christmas. I'm like, why do these people like bon année like this? Not knowing that back in their mind, they know that that day is a symbolic day for them because it has two celebrations. One is the New Year's Day itself. Then the other one is the Independence Day, 1st of January. So these days passing most of the time, you don't see any jubilation in terms of independence. No, and they have hidden this secret. This has become a secret to most of the people of La Republic that they don't even know. La Republic is the only country that does not have, they don't have time to celebrate their Independence Day. They don't have time to celebrate their Independence Day. And they make it such a way that they want to still link us just because they want to link Southern Cameroon with them. They don't celebrate their Independence Day. Then they want us to celebrate, they want us to celebrate with them their 20th May. Back in the days, as young as we are, as young, as innocent as we were celebrating 20th May, celebrating, then they put 11th of February as a day of Youth Day. What does 11th of February got to do with any youth? You see, those days they just take and put different. 20th May they put it, they prefer to celebrate 20th May than to celebrate their Independence Day. All right, they say 20th May is unification. Okay, so that is the politics behind La Republique celebration, where they celebrate a day that was not even important, right? Let's look at what BI is doing all along these years. One, we know the policy of assimilation is in the constitution, because the constitution of La Republique has nothing to do with Southern Cameroon. Okay, they have changed the constitution more than 6 times just to fit in to their own colonial and imperialist motifs. Okay, they have changed the constitution of Cameroon more than 6 times. It means that the constitution that our parents even saw and even accepted, that the leadership was to be rotative. It was supposed to be a rotative leadership between Southern Cameroon and La Republique. That is what happened. So, if you look at what is going on now, Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia has no place even in the constitution. Because if you look at the chain of command of La Republique, the prime minister is number 6 in the chain of command in terms of hierarchy. But they call it head of government. When head of government that cannot control any member of government, what kind of head of government are you talking about? So they have made the post of the vice president as weak as you can say. That's why they instead prefer prime minister, not vice president. Because if they put the vice president will be immediately the immediate heir or the immediate person to take over. They don't want that. So you see, these are systematic marginalization, systematic imperialist policies that have been put in place. That all along the years, it's only when you start growing up that our parents were fighting under the NCSC. They were termed as terrorists. They were termed as people who want to topple the government. But the French policy is the same policy that has been done on the people of Southern Cameroon. The policy of assimilation. The French people do not colonize you without trying to impact their language on you, impact their culture, impact their way of life. And some of our people have copied that style. They have copied that very corrupt culture that they don't see any democratic principles. They don't see anything that can really make a good government, a good country as important. Okay? Our forefathers, our forebears had a very, very systematic system, a very democratic system, until they were seen as the most democratic country in Africa. Imagine. Southern Cameroon was seen as the most democratic country in Africa in the 50s. Why? Because our parents put in place a very, very good system. Okay? I don't understand why, when we restore something, right, and we want to make it right, what do we think at the back of our mind? Do you want to restore something just by saying restoration of our statehood? No. Restoration was back then. Okay? You have to do restoration of your statehood. We cannot say restoring our statehood, then people are not behaving as people who really want it out. We are the ones shooting ourselves. the restoration of Southern California, okay, we know then the NCNC had done that before. They restored the state of Southern Cameroon. The former president also came and did the same thing. Ayok Tabe did the same thing. So whatever we are doing, we must have that mindset of a statehood. We must have that mindset of a statehood. Once we say no, we don't, we are not yet a country, we are not yet this, but then you have a flag, you have everything that makes a country. You have the most population of most of the countries that are still fighting for their independence now. 8 million people is more than majority of the countries that are even fighting for their statehood. We already have everything. We have the United Nations on our side. We have the history on our side. We have God on our side. We have the international community on our side. So what else do you want? What else do you want to support your people, to support this movement? This is not about anybody. This is not about any individual. The La Republic is taking advantage that we are divided. They are taking advantage that there are many groups, there are many things. But if you look at what we are trying to do, you see that La Republic is confused even more because they have tried to bribe their way through the struggle. They have not succeeded. They have tried to bribe their way through the struggle. And me, I just believe everything happens for a reason. Okay? If this trouble was just one person, like one leader, without those groups, they could have bribed anybody long ago. Yes. Because what they did to Ayok Tabe was that they lured Ayok Tabe to a meeting. They lured him to a meeting. And he was thinking that was a kind of backdoor negotiation. But, when a struggle is ordained by God, they can arrest 100 leaders. 100 leaders will still rise up. That is what La Republic should know. So they can arrest 100 leaders in America, or they can connive that they think that when the law is not even on their side, they cannot even arrest nobody because they don't even have the law on their side. America is not a banana republic. But what they have to know is that our people are united to have their own in their own country. They are united in that one. And once a people are united, you cannot break that bond. You cannot. You cannot. Ambazonians are so united. People can say they have different groups. That has no problem. Yes, people have their own. It can be political parties. Yes, there are many political parties everywhere. But that bond of that they want to arrive Boya is still in Ambazonian. I allowed my people for that because what I saw on Monday, I've never seen that kind of ghost town even since this trouble started. I've not seen that kind of ghost town. The Boya that I know that they have some small big mom market that used to open on ghost town. There's some big mom market. Everything was closed. Limbe that I know, Victoria, everything was locked down. That is when they sent a message to Bia. They sent a very resounding message to Bia that whatever he's doing, he should know that this struggle. When I listen to his speech, I know that he did not even mention that thing that he used to call special status. Statue special, he did not even mention it. Because the people of Ambazonian are not slaves to be given any special status. We join you guys with our own peaceful mind our own brotherly mentality. That the experience that our people had with the union with Nigeria was not a good one. Our people said, okay, let's see this other side and let's be together. But you guys of La Republic are the worst untrustworthy people you can ever have. Anybody that still believes that these people can they can change their mind, their mentality that they have about Amazonians, then you are fooling yourself. You are still in the old 19th century. Because what these people believe is that these people have no right to do anything. Okay? I heard a Hausa guy, a Hausa activist, was talking about the government of La Republic, how all the positions are owned by have been occupied by the Bulu Beti. Then even the people there in La Republic don't even have space to be members of their own government. They are crying. The Hausas are crying. Bamleke are crying. The other people they are crying. You will come and say they will give you space. Oh my God! When you have that kind of gullibility, you have to change that kind of mentality, because Ambazonians have no place in La Republic. We have never had any place there. We have not had any place. So anybody that have been given a position there, you think that you have to use that position to make sure that they kill your people. We know all of you, but you cannot stop a movement. This is a movement. This is about a country. I wonder, all these people calling themselves Black Leg, don't you see that you don't even have a place there? You go and fight for somebody who will die soon. There will be a new president there. They will not even think about you guys. What kind of fight are you putting? You are fighting against your own people, and when you have seen those who fought before, where are they today? They fought and they never succeeded. Where are the guys that the success Congos and all those guys who were really plotting at the beginning of this struggle? The Namberes, the one they call Clovis, the one they call by Cotonou Junior. Where are they today? All those guys have no place. You understand? They spend their time, they spend their energy, but they were not compensated. You heard Nambere crying, right? It tells you that these people have the same mentality with all Amazonians, all Saudi Cameroonians. They only want to use you and dump you. That's all they want to do with you. You don't have any place in their society. You don't have any place. That is why now, who are they planning to put as president? Yeah? In normal circumstance, it should be a vice president in normal circumstance. Yes, it should be a vice president in any normal circumstance. But because of the system, they are putting the prime minister. Okay? And now they have the president of the Senate. They have the president of the National Assembly. You have the president of the Commission of the Constitutional Council. They are more than the prime minister, right? So how can you put a prime minister without a portfolio, and you know that prime minister represents about 8 million people? Okay, that prime minister's position was supposed to be a vice president position. It was not supposed to be a prime minister position. And they tested it back in the days. I just tested it for some time. I realized that if somebody can have two positions, a vice president of the Republic, of the United Republic, and a prime minister position will be very, very detrimental to them because it will give more power to the people of Southern Cameroon. They had to annul the position of vice president, but maintain the position of a prime minister. And even though they gave the position of a speaker to people like Fonka Shan Laurent, they gave those positions before to those guys, but they 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 had no portfolio, no function, because what can they say when Bia can just sign a constitution alone? Bia signs constitution, pass order, presidential decree, can remove the prime minister at any time. Whereas that is not supposed to be. Okay, constitutionally is supposed to be that the vice president was supposed to be an elected Southern Cameroonian. Okay, that will replace the president in case of anything. And the position of president was supposed to be rotative according to the federal agreement. Okay, that was the federal agreement. And even though the constitution along the years was just to make us second-class citizens. Dia himself said it. Dia himself said it, that everything that they were doing from the time of that, when they annulled that unification, they annulled the federal system and they annulled the unification system. The rest was history. They never wanted anything. Because, you know, when you are a Southern Cameroonian, think about yourself, seeing this country that we that grew in the 80s, now we started growing, we started seeing how things were moving. The little infrastructure that we saw back then were dilapidated. Yes, the little, even the Chico airport that I went, I know that some of our people came from the US. They landed at the Chico airport, international airport. Manfe was a regional airport. Bali was also an international airport. The Queen of England landed in Bali airport, landed in a Chico airport also. From UK, direct flight. But what will they tell you? We are going to come and fix your airport. We are going to. This is almost 30 plus years. The promise to renovate those international airports, the roads, the bridges, everything is standstill. Everything is standstill. Go to countries, you see the development. You cry for yourself. Countries that are building super highways, expressways. There's no one in the whole of Southern Cameroon. But they only come and extract the resources. That is the funniest thing. The resources that Southern Cameroon has can make Southern Cameroon a small, the new Dubai, the Dubai of Africa. Because the resources that we have there, they only come and drain it. They are killing you today, not because of anything. The killings that they are killing us. This imperialist policy of the Republic is because of our resources. It's not because of the love that they have, that they love us too much, that they don't want us to go. No. It has nothing to do with that. It's just your resources. The land of milk and honey, that land They don't want to leave it because the resources that is coming out from Southern Cameroon alone is feeding the whole of that country. Why in some countries that they fought wars and civil wars, you saw people dying of hunger. You saw people, but but in Southern Cameroon, the land is blessed. The land is blessed. Even though we had some people who ran to the bushes, when you go to the bushes, most of the time people have their food. They'll put their corn, they'll plant those things there. The things are growing there in the bushes. They'll have food. They'll do hunting. You know, they have animals that they'll eat, do stuff there. But most countries don't have this blessing. Okay, this green revolution that we have in Southern Cameroon, and that is why, no matter how many years La Republic do this their nonsense, our people will never surrender. They were thinking that the more they prolong the fight, the more our people will surrender and say, "Oh, we are tired of this." But when I saw the ghost town on this Monday, I give kudos to my people. I say, "Yes, this is serious. I've never seen this kind of ghost town before. I mean, it was the best ghost town I've ever seen since the struggle started. Even those towns that they used to open their Big Mom market, there was no Big Mom market. Everything was shut down. That was a message to Bia that the war that he declared on the people of Southern Cameroon, he himself has to go and declare that ceasefire. He himself has to go and say, please, I'm tired of this war. Peace-led negotiation, they went to Canada. They invited some guys, they call themselves CDNs, whether it's called, I don't know. People that are not even independent, they're fighting for the independence of Southern Cameroon. CDN guys are federalists, like the Munzos, like the other guys there. The people who are fighting for, who are not fighting, they say they are peaceful, they say they are non-violent. That's how the federalists call themselves. They are not fighting. They say they are non-violent, but they are federalists. Is that not controversial? You say you want federalism, but you are not fighting. But instead fighting against people who want who want to recognize their country. You are not. Instead of fighting against the regime that you want your federal system from, you are instead fighting against those people who are the ones who have even helped you. This struggle has helped all the people who are claiming their noise, federalists. Before, if you mention federation, they will lock you up. Most of the people that have been locked up today were the people that started clamoring for federation. Okay? The Mancho BBC were clamoring for a dialogue for federation. But they are all in prison today. So all these federalists, if not of this struggle, most of you couldn't have even had that guts to even go out there and say, we want federation, the federal system is busy. It's because of the fight that because of this struggle. These 5 years, 6 years of this struggle has been the best in the conquest of the people of Southern Cameroon. Has been the best. Because the people can speak freely now about federal system. They can even stay in Cameroon and talk. Stay on CRTV. They are even questioning even this game Mimi Mefo. I saw her writing while La Republic is not celebrating their Independence Day. Before, you remember, she wrote something and she was locked up. Yeah. All these guys are making this noise about federal system. the decadent regime. We have seen the failure. Economic sabotage has worked on them. Political sabotage. Everything has worked on them. The people are crying. Like people want to end this thing. The military are not well paid. They have increased all the commodities. Prices of commodities have skyrocketed. Everything has, even to make passport now, visa, everything is increased. Even here in America, the visa fee has tripled. They are looking for money. They are looking for money to fight us, just to fight the war. All this money is what they want to do to raise money, because people are not ready to contribute to them to fight this war again. They did that last time. They had some little money. France is not ready. Nobody is ready to give them anything. Okay? The United States and all other countries still maintain the sanction that still maintain what they said, that La Republique should go to the negotiation table unconditionally with the people of Southern Cameroon, because they know that our fight is just. Our fight is just. Our fight is not about anything terrorist or whatever they are trying to say. They know the United Nations just passed an order that they should release all the leaders. Everybody in jail should be released. But because La Republique does not respect this international law, because they are being backed by France, they don't respect it. That is why they can do anything and France will only cover them. Because France is the one, after America, France is also sponsoring the United Nations. France is also sponsoring African Union. You see that? So we are locked in this kind of imperialist or neo-colonialist kind of system, that if we don't keep fighting, most of the countries that had their independence today, Somalia was, even to today, only 30 countries have recognized Somaliland. But what did America just did of recent? American said they'll be training Somalia, the military. They had a military pact of recent. So we don't expect every country to come and say, yes, we support Southern Cameroon. Don't expect that. It's your determination. Because anything that any country says has nothing to do with our struggle. It's only what we do and we want that is going to work. If majority in any society is majority, if majority of the people are saying that they want to stay away from La Republique, nobody will deny you people. Nobody. That's what it is. That's why in most countries, when the United Nations see that this thing has been too long, what they do is they just come and hold a referendum. That's all they do. So most countries, even like Ireland today, is still holding a referendum. The people of Quebec in Canada, they are still holding a referendum. You see? So that is all what they do. Even in Spain, the people of Barcelona are still having a referendum. A lot of countries that are still asserting their independence are still having referendums. So it is not a problem for us if at the end of the day, United Nations suggests that it is best for us to have a referendum. Good and fine. We will not refuse. But we have to keep telling them that this is what we want. If we don't insist, if we don't put the pressure on the United Nations, the international community to see the reason for them to say, okay, now La Republique, enough is enough. That is what we have to keep doing. It's our resistance, our continuous resistance, our continuous unity will give us what we want. But if we keep on being those enabling people, enablers of La Republique's marginalization, it will take long. So to make this thing short for us is for us to be united. as one people. Our unity is the only thing. Yes, that's the only thing that can give us what we want. But if we keep that our ideology of this one is this one is this, no. Let's have that spirit of unity. The spirit that Ambazonia is one. La Republique is the one that came and divided us and said this one is northwest and southwest. Back in the days, there wasn't any northwest and southwest. There was southern Cameroon, and that is what we have to insist. Wherever you are, whenever somebody bring that divisive mentality from you, just tell them that we are Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon, period. And that is what we have to do moving forward. So thank you very much. As you can see, I'm still driving home. I'm heading home from work. So I bless you guys. 2023 will be a good year for us. We have seen all the setback in 2022, but we learn from failures. Okay, don't stop fighting. Don't be discouraged. It's your country. It's your identity. It's recognized in the international community. All countries fought for their independence. Even America today. America fought for their independence from Britain, the same UK that we are, that handed us to these people. So don't give up. Keep fighting. America fought and they won. That's why till today, all the soldiers that fought in all the wars in America are being recognized. If you are a veteran, they call them veterans. All the American soldiers have fought for the independence of the American Revolution. They are called veterans and they are being recognized. Every year you have the war memorial veterans, the American War Memorial veterans. They recognize them for their resilience. So any soldier that you are fighting today for your country, know that you'll be remembered. Your family will be remembered. Your fighting will not go in vain. So I want to tell you, keep fighting for your country. It's your right. It's your right. It's the right of your future generation. Never you give it up to somebody. It's your identity. Yes, it's your identity. So don't ever let nobody tell you anything contrary. Thank you very much, and God bless you all, and I wish you all the best. 2023 will be a good year for us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.